QOD 422. Once again, Magister has lost his marbles. Magister sat on the edge of a cliff overlooking a valley below. Knowing he could hike back up, he climbed down and placed his chronograph on the ground. Back at the top, he dropped his favorite marble down through the chronograph. While the marble dropped, he timed its descent. The marble fell for 1.564 seconds and hit the ground at 15.34 meters per second. And with that wonderful knowledge comes the question, how tall was the cliff? Well, let's switch over and see what we can calculate. Okay, now that we've got our handy dandy X-Pen set up, let's take a look at the problem. So we have a cliff and a marble. Magister drops the marble, and it takes 1.564 seconds. That's a very precise measurement. I hope there's a good reason for that, to go from the top to the bottom. And we know that at the bottom, the marble hits the ground at 15.34 meters per second. So what would that be? That would be a final velocity. So final velocity, 15.34 meters per second, and a time of 1.564 seconds. What do we want to know? What do we also know? Well, we know gravity, 9.81 meters per second squared. We want to know the height. Now, just because we know gravity doesn't necessarily mean we need to use gravity. So let's look at the formulas we had yesterday. And one of them reads like this. Distance equals time over 2 times velocity final plus velocity initial. So let's use that formula. Okay, so we picked out our formula. Distance equals t over 2 times velocity final plus velocity initial. We decided velocity initial is 0, so we can just ignore that. And gravity is not part of this equation, so we can ignore gravity as well. That leaves us with distance equals time over 2 times final velocity. All right, so final velocity, let's start with the time here, 1.564 seconds divided by 2 times 15.34 meters per second. Okay, so let's do a little unit analysis here. The seconds cancel out. That's going to leave us with an answer in meters. Is that what we wanted? You bet. So we'll grab our little handy-dandy cheetalator, and let's see what pops up here. 1.564 times 15.34 divided by 2, and we get an answer of, oh, yuck, 11.99588 meters. But here comes the important question, what is our number of significant digits? Well, I have 3 here and I have 2 here, so I have 2 significant digits. That's going to be important. Let's see, 9, 9, the 5 tells us which way to round, tells the 9 to round up. 9 becomes 10, 9 becomes 10, so we have 12.00 meters. And yes, those zeros are significant, so you make sure you put them in your answer. This has been Problem for today. I want to wish everyone a great day. Have a fantastic thing, and keep on science.